A sophomore for the same freshman, number 7, Christian Hawk. In his sophomore year, number 9, Kurt Ruppert. In his senior year, number 12, Sean Martinez. Number 14 is the sophomore, Ryan Ortiz. In his senior year, number 15, Brandon Watterson. Number 20 is the senior, Tom Erptison. And in his junior year, number 32, Jonathan Arthur. And now the starting lineup for the Saints. Batting first, playing third base, number 5, Joey Webb. Batting second, playing second base, number 4, Austin Malone. Batting third, playing first base, number 8, Joel Lawless. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 22, Jason Harr. Batting fifth, behind the plate, number 3, Dylan Graham. In center field, batting sixth, number 10, John Winter-Nolte. At shortstop, batting seventh, number 2, Gunnar Terhune. Batting eighth in right field, number 11, Mike Zollner. And batting ninth, playing left field, number 1, Tyler Perry. And pitching on the mound in his sophomore year, number 23, Travis McCracken. And now the non-starters for the Mission Bay Buccaneers. Number 1 in his senior year, John Miner. Anthony Long is a freshman, he wears number 2. Courtney Morgan is number 3. Ricardo Moran is number 4. Chris Alexander is number 5. Number 6 in his freshman year is Cleo Stonecipher. Number 7 is Tori Carpenter. Number 8, number 9, Chad Starkey. Number 14, Ian Chatfield. Number 18, Lorenzo Church. Number 19 is Andrew White. Now starting lineup for the Buccaneers. Leading off, number 10, Matt Bush. Batting second, number 24, Henry Sanchez. Batting third, number 21, Joe Scaparota. Batting cleanup, number 15, Zach Sand. Batting fifth, number 25, Nathan Matroka. Batting sixth, number 22, Matt Howell. Batting seventh, number 11, Derek Lingley. Batting eighth, number 13, Randy Smith. Batting ninth, number 12, Daniel Lowry. And in the field for the Buccaneers, number 8, Anthony Williams. Head coach of the Saints, Mike Stevenson. Head coach of the Buccaneers, Mr. Dennis Pugh. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we please rise and remove your caps to play our national anthem.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Tony Gwynn Stadium, the site of the 2004 San Diego Section CIF Division III Championship game. And this game will feature two teams. We have the St. Augustine Saints going up against the Mission Bay Bucks. St. Augie in the purple, black, and white uniforms. The Bucks, of course, in the black, yellow, and white uniforms. And the Buccaneers taking the field right now. We'll get you the rosters for each of these teams. For St. Augustine, we'll get you their non-starters. Number 6, George Rios. Number 7, Christian Haupt. Number 9, Kurt Rupert. Number 12, Sean Martinez. Number 14, Ryan Ortiz. Number 15, Brandon Watterson. Number 20, Tom Ertison. Number 22, Jason Harr. Number 32, Jonathan Arthur. And the starting lineup for the Saints, batting first, leading things off, number 5, Joey Webb, playing third base. Number 4, Austin Malone, batting second and at second base. Number 8, playing first base today, Joel Lawless. Batting fourth cleanup, the designated hitter, number 22, Jason Harr.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety and the safety of those around you,
batting fifth, the catcher, number 3, Dylan Graham. Center fielder, number 10, batting sixth, that's John Winter-Nolte. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 2, Gunnar Terhune. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 11, Mike Zollner. In left field, batting ninth, number 1, Tyler Perry. And pitching today, number 23, is Travis McCracken. Head coach Mike Stevenson with assistant coaches Pat House, Oscar Lopez, Jason Alcocer, Matt Linville, and Mike Whitaker.
Featuring hamburgers, hot dogs, popcorn, nachos, ice cold Coca-Cola, and other delicious treats.
And for the Bucks on the mound, Matt Bush, number 10. He's been leading his team all year. His battery mate, number 22, Matt Powell. And we're just about to get underway here. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. There's a signal by the umpire. And stepping in,
Leading off for the Saints,
number 5, the third baseman for the Saints.
number 5.
First pitch swung on and missed. Joey Webb leading things off here for St. Augustine. Swung on and missed. And the count quickly 0-2. Just underway, top of the first inning. Leadoff batter. Joey Webb behind the count 0-2. Bush's pitch. Ground ball over to shortstop. A little bit of a bobble there. And that's going to give Webb enough time to get to first base. In fact, there's going to be no throw on the play. And so error by the shortstop, number 8, Anthony Williams. So the leadoff man aboard for the Saints here.
Second baseman, number 4, Austin Malone.
And now with a man on first, second baseman Austin Malone steps to the plate. He'll take one at the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Bush over to first. Webb getting back in time. Bush checks the runner. His pitch squibbed up along the first baseline. Foul, and the count is now 0-2. So Webb retreats back to first. Bush taking his time behind the mound. Beautiful day here in San Diego, Saturday the 6th of June, 2004. Bush again checking the runner. 0-2 pitch, woo, fouled. Right off the railing in front of the St. Augie bench. Got to be awake over there, number 20, Tom Erdison. Nearly the recipient of that foul ball. Ducked out of the way in time. Bush's pitch in the dirt. Malone checks his swing. They'll appeal to first. The catcher wants an appeal, and they will give it to him a little late. They said no swing. The count is 1-2 to Malone. Bush said to go over to first again, not in time. So the Buccaneers, the top seed here in the Division III part of this tournament. This is their third consecutive championship game. That pitch fouled away. And the count remains 1-2. So Malone still in there. He's battling. Behind in the count, 1-2. Bush's pitch. Upstairs, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both of these teams have very similar uniforms. You just trade baseball caps. It's the only way to really distinguish between the two. Again, Malone battling back there, fouls it away. On deck, Joel Lawless, number 8. 2-2 pitch, swung and a miss. He chased the high hard one. And that's the first out of the game, so Bush gets the first K. And that'll bring Lawless up.
Now batting the first baseman, number 8, Joel Lawless.
Joey Webb reached on the error, still at first base. First pitch to Lawless, in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. A 1 pitch by Bush is high. Pickoff throw to first goes over the first baseman's head into right field. And on the play, Webb will take second base. So Henry Sanchez unable to come up with that ball. It was well over his head. So Matt Powell with the error as he tries to pick off Joey Webb. Throw goes into right field, and now the Saints with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. Lawless with a big hack. Can't catch up to it. The count now 1-2. Jason Haar, number 22 on deck. In the dirt. Lawless goes after it. Tried to hold up. And he'll be thrown out by Powell to Sanchez, and that's 2 outs here in the inning. The 2 strikeouts for Bush.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 22, Jason Haar.
So the designated hitter, Jason Haar, steps in. Still with a runner in scoring position. Webb taking his lead from second. Bush looking in to get a sign from Powell. Bush checks the runner behind him, goes to the plate. His first pitch is in there for a strike. And he starts Haar off 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch just outside. Little off-speed pitch. Doesn't catch the corner, evens the count, and a ball and a strike. Haar waits, 1-1 pitch, a little low. Now he's ahead of the count, 2-1. Bush's 2-1 pitch is upstairs, 3-1. So it doesn't look like Bush wants any part of this designated hitter, Jason Haar, here in the first inning, especially with a runner in scoring position. He's got an open base at first, so he may just pitch around him. 3-1 pitch goes right over the plate, and it's going to be stroked into right center field, and that'll bring home Webb. And the Saints take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. So not sure if Bush wanted that pitch where he placed it. Haar was right on top of it and stroked it into right center field for a single. Give the Saints a 1-0 lead. Dylan Graham, the catcher, now steps in. So again, Bush ahead in the count, 0-1. Graham can't catch up again, and now he's in the hole 0-2. Hard first. Webb coming around to score on his single. 2 errors in the inning have contributed to that run. 0-2 pitch swung and a missed, and down goes Graham. So after all that, Bush ends up striking out the side, but an error to allow Webb to reach base. Another error thrown into right field allows him to steal second, and he comes home to score on the single by Haar. We played half an inning. It's the Saints 1, the Bucks coming up. And we're back here at Tony Gwynn Stadium just to get the start of the bottom of the first inning underway. The Saints scoring in the top of the first, an unearned run, 2 errors, and a single scoring Joey Webb. And that's where we find ourselves right now, bottom of the first, 1-0 Saints. And for the Bucks, pitcher Matt Bush will lead things off.
Leading off for the Buccaneers, the pitcher, number 10, Matt Bush.
So McCracken, his first pitch of the afternoon, is hit into left field for a single. So Matt Bush jumps all over McCracken's first pitch. And quickly, the Bucks have a base runner here in the bottom of the first. And with a man on, nobody out, I'll bring up the first baseman, Henry Sanchez.
Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Henry Sanchez.
Kraken checks the runner, goes to the plate, and the first pitch will hit Sanchez. And now the Bucks have runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up number 21, Joe Scaparrotta. So Travis McCracken with a little championship game jitters here. Thrown 2 pitches. The first one roped in the left for a single. So Scaparrotta digs in, left-handed batter. Kraken checks Bush at second, goes to the plate. Curveball over for a strike, 0-1. On deck, third baseman Zach Sand. So the lefty McCracken sets. 0-1 pitch is bunted. Nice bunt up along third base. The throw at first, not in time as it pulls Lawless off the bag. So Webb, I'm not sure he would have gotten him anyway with such a great bunt. Joey Webb fielded it nicely up along the third baseline, but now the bases are loaded. Nobody out. And so McCracken has a very large hole and needs to dig himself out of here in the bottom of the first. He has a 1-run lead. And now with nobody out, bases loaded. And the third baseman, number 15, Zach Sand, now steps into the box. Looking to do some damage, pick up some RBIs right here. Full plate umpire goes and breaks things up. But the bases loaded, McCracken will work out of the stretch. So Scaparrotta at first, Sanchez at second, Bush at third. And at the plate, Zach Sand. Kraken's first pitch is fouled into the dugout of the Bucks. 0-1. Kraken's 0-1 pitch. Line foul down the third base line. The ball's still rolling. And the count is 0-2. Kraken will come in with the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Hit into the air in center. Actually, it's right center field. Moving over, number 11. The right fielder, Mike Zoller, will make the catch. But on the sacrifice fly, Matt Bush will come around to score. And moving over to third base from second, Henry Sanchez. So we're tied at 1. And that'll bring up number 25, Nathan Matroka.
Now batting number 25, Nathan Matroka.
So runners on the corners, 1 out. McCracken on the rubber now. Looks in to get the sign from Graham. Nice curveball, Swan. I missed 0-1. So Matroka with a nice hack. Oh, 1 pitch, fouled straight back, and now the count is 0-2. Matt Powell, the catcher, is on deck. And he may get a chance here. Only 1 out. A run in. 2 runners on. McCracken checking the runners again. Goes to the plate. 0-2 pitch, fouled away again. So Matroka battling up there. Behind in the count, 0-2. The wind blowing out here today. Oh, 2 pitch grounded, just past the diving Webb at third base into left field. Sanchez will score. And the Bucks take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. So Matroka comes through with an RBI single. That'll put runners at first and second with 1 out. And Matt Powell, the catcher, stepping up to the plate. So Dylan Graham goes out to talk to his pitcher, McCracken. Comes back behind the plate now. McCracken now on the rubber.
Now batting the catcher, number 22, Matt Powell.
Powell digs in. He awaits the offering from Travis. McCracken will check the runner at second and come to his set. First pitch a little low and inside for a ball, 1-0. Garrett Lingley on deck. Garrett's a left-handed batter. Cracken's 0-1 pitch gets away from Graham to catcher, and that'll allow the runners to move up 90 feet. And so now Powell has 2 runners in scoring position, second and third. On the pass ball. And to count 2-0 on Powell. So McCracken took the mound with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. It starts to unravel on him. He's given up 2 runs. There's 2 runners on and only 1 out. And now he's got a 3-0 count to the catcher, Matt Powell. The 3-0 pitch is high for a ball, and the bases are now loaded. And that'll bring up number 11, Garrett Lingley.
Now batting number 11, Garrett Lingley.
First pitch over for a strike, 0-1. So that's very important now for McCracken to get ahead in the count. He's been struggling here in the bottom of the first. Bases are loaded with only one out. Second pitch floats in there for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Randy Smith on deck. Krakens, 0-2 pitch. Just inside. He wanted that. Umpire doesn't give it to him. The count now 1-2. One-two pitch, that will catch the outside corner. Strike three called. And that's a second out of the inning. Big out. Bases are loaded. 2-1 lead for the Bucks. We're just here in the bottom of the first inning. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. This is the Division III championship game. And Randy Smith, the designated hitter, steps in. He'll take a strike at the knees, 0-1. Kraken's 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. 0-2. The Krakens 0-2 pitch, that swung and missed. Scooped up in the dirt by Graham, the catcher, and that'll do it for Randy Smith. 2 runs cross the plate. The Bucks leave the bases loaded. We'll go to the top of the second inning. 2-1 Bucks over the Saints. And we're back for the start of the second inning. Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. We'll get you the defensive set now for the Bucks, starting at first base. That's number 24, Henry Sanchez. Over at second base, number 11, Garrett Lingle. Moving over to shortstop, that's number 8, Anthony Williams. The third baseman, number 15, Zach Sand. Now as you move over to the outfield, in left field, number 12, Daniel Lavery. Over in center field, number 21, Joe Scaparrotta. And over in right field, number 25, Nathan Matroka. And of course we have on the mound number 10, Matt Bush. And behind the plate, the catcher today, number 22, Matt Powell.
Leading off for the Saints, the center fielder, number 10, John Winternolte.
So John Winternolte steps in, leading things off here in the second inning. And he'll take the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Bush's 0-1 pitch foul back. And now quickly, Winternolte in the hole, 0-2. 2-1 game. Bucks on top of the second inning. Couldn't hold up on that high, hard one. And down goes John Winternolte. That'll bring up the shortstop. Number 2.
Shortstop, number 2, Gunnar Terhune.
Gunnar Terhune. Terhune takes a nice hack on the first pitch, fouls it straight back. The count is 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch, grounded over to short. Williams bobbles the ball, throw to first, not in time. So Terhune will beat that ball out. And that will be ruled an error on the shortstop, Williams. His second error of the game.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Mike.
So a runner on with one out. Mike Zollner steps in, left-hand batter. He'll foul one off the hands over towards the Buck dugout, and the count is 0-1. So Zollner playing right field today. Bush goes over to first, not in time. Terhune dives back. So Zollner, just a freshman. Pitch is bounced just past third, foul. Zach Sand dove for the ball. Umpire right there on the line. And the count is now 0-2. Tyler Perry, the left fielder, is on deck. Bush sets, takes a look at first. Another check, now goes to the plate. Pitch is high, pitch out. And the count is 1-2 to Mike Zollner. Bush's 1-2 pitch, just low. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Terhune at first, aboard on the error by Williams. Takes his lead, not too big. Bush checks, now he'll go to the plate. 2-2 pitch, popped up foul, just over the Buck dugout. And the count remains 2-2. Two-two pitch, a little bit low. Terhune will swipe second base. The ball will roll away from the second baseman, Garrett Lingle. And so that'll be a stolen base for Terhune. And now the tying run in scoring position for Zollner. The pitch is high for a ball. And so he'll draw the walk. And there's runners at first and second with one out. Left fielder Tyler Perry now steps in.
Now batting the left fielder, number 1, Tyler Perry.
So Perry batting ninth. Matt Powell goes out to talk to Bush. Two-one game, Bucks on top, but the Saints threatening here in the top of the second inning. Have runners at first and second with one out. Bush sets, peers in to get his sign. Perry waving the bat back and forth at the plate. Bush checks the runner, he'll go to the plate. Nice curveball swung on and missed. 0-1. Oh-1 pitch. In there at the knees, 0-2. So Tyler Perry in the hole, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch, reach for, pushes it over to second base, trying to go to second in time. Williams had his foot on the bag. That was a risky play by the second baseman Lingle as he decided to go the short way to the shortstop Williams, covering at second. The throw was there. The question was whether or not Williams' foot was on the bag. There's 2 outs on the force. And runners now on the corners for the Saints. So Tyler Perry just reached for that ball, managed to poke it to the right side of the infield, right to the second baseman Lingle. He thought about going to first, then decided to go the short way to second to get the force just in time to beat the speedy Zollner coming down from first. And so the tying run now 90 feet away for the Saints. And the leadoff batter, Joey Webb, reached on an error by Williams in the first, came around to score on a single by the DH Jason Haar. Bush looks over to third. Now he'll go to the plate. Breaking ball swung on a miss by Webb, 0-1. Bush sets his 0-1 pitch. Trying to hold his swing as Webb. Home plate umpire says no. He offered at it, and the count now 0-2. So Webb with a count 0-2. He's got the tying run at second, or at third. He'll call time as he steps out. Bush toes the rubber again. Pitch to Webb, lined into left field. That'll tie the game. Streaking all the way to third base is Tyler Perry. And we're tied at 2 on an RBI single by Joey Webb.
Now batting number 4.
So with the wheels, Tyler Perry reaches third, Webb's at first. And Austin Malone, who struck out in the first inning, now steps in with a chance to put the Saints up on top. The go-ahead run is at third. Bush's pitch just a little bit low for a ball, 1-0. Bush's 1-0 pitch swung and missed. So Malone now has the count 1-1. It's down to the first base coach to get his sign. Bush looks in to get his sign from the catcher, Powell. Webb taking his lead from first. Perry over at third. The 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, gets past Powell. It'll roll all the way to the screen, and that'll allow Perry to scamper all the way in with the go-ahead run. And the Saints have regained the lead 3-2. Joey Webb takes second base. The count now 2-1 to Austin Malone with 2 outs. Malone with another runner in scoring position. So each team scoring in their half in this game so far. We're in the top of the second inning. Saints with a run in the first, 2 here in the second. Bucks scored 2 in their half of the first. And the count now 3-1 to Malone. Lawless on deck, first baseman. He struck out in the first as well. Bush's 3-1 pitch. Swung and a miss, and the count is full 3-2. And that'll do it. Going down on strikes is Lawless. But the Saints will score 2 runs here in the top of the second inning. They take the lead over the Bucks 3-2. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second inning, bottom of the second inning, in just a minute. As we're about to start the bottom of the second inning, we'll get you the defensive set for the Saints. At first base, number 8, Joel Lawless. And at second base, number 4, Austin Malone. At shortstop, number 2, Gunnar Terhune. Over at third base, number 5, Joey Webb. And then as we move over to the outfield, in left field, number 1, Tyler Perry. Over in center field, number 10, John Winter Nolte. And over in right field, number 8, Mike Zollner.
The second for the Buccaneers. And number 12, Daniel Lavery.
Daniel Lavery lead things off here, number 12, the left fielder for the Bucks. Travis McCracken, the pitcher here for the Saints, and he'll foul the first one off, 0-1. Catching today for the Saints, number 3, Dylan Graham. And that's the defense for the Saints. 0-1 count on Lavery. He'll take that one high for a ball. Evens the count, a ball and 1 strike. So Lavery, a senior. Cracking on the windup, the pitch just a little bit low. And the count is 2-1. Kraken's 2-1 pitch sails high. And now he's behind 3-1. Doesn't want to walk the leadoff batter, especially with a one-run lead. McCracken had a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the first. The Bucks scored 2. Saints came back with 2 of their own, giving McCracken another 1-run lead. So he'd like to keep the leadoff hitter off base if he can. He comes back with a strike. And the count is 3-2. The 3-2 pitch is high for a ball. And the leadoff man is aboard, Lavery. And that'll bring up the number 1 spot, the pitcher, Matt Bush. Matt Bush singled on the first pitch he saw in the first inning, came around to score. Scored on a sacrifice fly by Zach Sand. And so the Bucks in business yet again. Travis McCracken's first pitch to Bush is up for a ball, 1-0. Kraken set at the belt, checks the runner at first, goes to the plate. That off-speed pitch will find the inside corner, and that'll even the count at a ball and a strike. Bush batting .432 with 11 home runs on the year. Way out in front of that off-speed pitch by McCracken. Fouls it away. And the count is 1-2. Kraken again set his 1-2 pitch instead. Go to first. Coming awfully close to a balk there, but stays within that 45-degree angle that a lefty can do. Pitch bounces in the dirt, gets behind Graham, the catcher. Goes all over the backstop, and that allows Lavery to take second base. And so the count to Bush now 2-2. Kraken checks the runner at second. The 2-2 pitch. And Bush strokes out into left field. His second hit of the game. It won't get Lavery home, but it will put runners at first and third for the Bucks with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Tyler Perry getting that ball in. And Henry Sanchez, the first baseman, now steps in. He was hit by the pitch back in the first. He also came around to score. He scored on a single by Nathan Matroka in the bottom of the first. Some activity now for the Saints as we're going to have a change here. McCracken will be done. So Travis McCracken can't get out of the bottom of the second inning. And in will come number 32, Jonathan Arthur, to pitch. So Arthur now will replace McCracken. So after the pitching change, John Arthur, number 32, now in for the Saints, right-handed. And he'll be facing Henry Sanchez. Runners at first and third, nobody out. His first pitch in the dirt, nice save by Graham. And the count is 1-0. Joe Scaparrotta is on deck. Arthur gets his sign, he's set, now steps off the rubber. As he forces Bush back to first. Arthur's pitch is hit high and deep into the air to right field. Underneath it now, right at the track, making the catch is Mike Zoner. That's deep enough to get the run from third in, though. And Daniel Lavery will tie this game on the sacrifice by Sanchez. One out. Bush stayed at first base as he had gone nearly to second base, had to get back. So Arthur gets the first man he faces on the sacrifice fly. The run does score. We're tied at 3. And Scaparrotta now, left-hand batter. Aboard on an error.
Now batting, number 21, Joe Scaparrotta.
Actually, Scaparrotta was aboard on a bunt single back in the first inning. And if he can keep this going, doesn't hit in a double play, Zach Sand, who's on deck, the cleanup hitter. Bat behind him now, Arthur again off the rubber. And Graham going out to talk to him. So Bush at first, 1 on. A run is in so far. 0-1 the count. Scaparrotta. Arthur will go over to first. Bush gets back. Arthur's pitch. That's low. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Arthur gets his sign. Now he's set. Checks the run at first. Pitch is high. 2-1. They were pitching out there. Catcher Graham came up and out from behind the plate. And Scaparrotta now has a count in his favor, 2-1, 1 out. 2-1 pitch, swung and missed. So Arthur goes right at him. And the count is 2-2. There goes Bush. The pitch is low. Throw down to second base. Gets by the shortstop. Backed up, though, by Austin Malone. So Bush with a stolen base. And the count is now full. So Joe Scaparrotta now with a runner in scoring position. 1 out. Malone playing on the grass in right field. That pitch fouled down the first base line. Count remains full, 3-2. So Arthur appears in to get the sign from Graham. And that pitch is high for a ball 4. So he's not out of the woods yet. Scaparrotta with a base on balls. He's got Bush at second base. We're tied at 3. And now he's got the cleanup hitter to deal with, Zach Sand. And Zach hit that sacrifice fly to bring home Bush back in the bottom of the first. Save back. This game about 50 minutes old, and we're here in the bottom of the second inning.
Championship game at Northern Stadium. U.S. Awards. They are the official award patch supplier for CIF San Diego section. Those are the awards that we hand out at the end of the game.
And so that'll be it for Arthur and the designated hitter.
CIF San Diego section, as well as 24-hour fitness. They are the official fitness club.
Jason Haar, number 22,
the American Golf Corporation.
now will take his spot on the mound. So Arthur able to get 1 out. And as they change pitchers, we'll take a quick break.
Now batting for the Buccaneers. Third base, number 15, Zach Sand.
So Zach Sand steps in. He'll face Jason Haar. Third pitcher of the inning for the Saints. And he'll hit the first pitch deep to left field. Racing back, it's going to land on the track between the left fielder and the center fielder. Coming around to score is Bush. Coming around as well as Scaparrotta. Play at the plate, not in time. And a first pitch double clears the bases for Zach Sand. And the Bucks have taken a 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. So that ball lands between John Winter-Nolte and the left fielder Tyler Perry. Perry tried racing back to get there. He was closest to the ball, but it landed on the track. Bounces off the wall. By the time it was retrieved, Sand was on second base. Scaparrotta was well around third. He beat the throw to the plate by a couple of seconds. Ground ball is short. Going to third. Nice play by the shortstop, Gunnar Terhune, as he saw Sand releasing on the crack of the bat, trying to get to third base. Not a smart move, and he's thrown out. And over to first goes Nathan Matroka.
Now batting the catcher, number 22, Matt Powell.
So Matt Powell, the catcher, was aboard on a walk back in the first inning. First pitch by Haar, nice. Right there, 0-1. Harset looks over to first. Pitch is fouled away. Just over us here down the first base line. Matroka was running on the play. He'll have to come back. That count is 0-2 to Matt Powell. So 3 runs across for the Bucks here in the bottom of the second inning. 0-2 pitch is up. And the count is 1-2. Garrett Lingle, the second baseman, number 11, he's on deck. He struck out looking back in the first. One-two pitch outside. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harset, his 2-2 pitch. And that's hit hard into left field. Matroka trying to head to third. Not in time as the ball was cut off by the shortstop. Terhune cuts the ball. It was heading right to the third baseman, Joey Webb. So Matroka will take third base on the single by Powell. And there's runners at first and third now with 2 outs.
Now batting number 11, Garrett Lingle.
Garrett Lingle, second baseman. Curveball just inside, 1-0. So the Bucks not through yet here in the bottom of the second inning. They've scored 3. They have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Harset, here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1. Designated hitter Randy Smith is on deck. So Garrett Lingle, a senior. He'll check his swing. They'll appeal. No, he did not. So 2 balls and a strike to Lingle. Two-one pitch over. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Hard desperately wants to get out of this inning without any more damage done. His team took a 3-2 lead here into the bottom of the second, but the Bucks have struck for 3. Pitch hit high into the air, down the left field line. Perry is not going to get there in time as they were playing. Lingle to pull the ball, and Perry was well into left center field. There was no way he was going to get there. If he had been playing straight up left, he might have been able to get underneath that ball. But as it is, the count is still 2-2, 2 outs. Runners on the corners for the Bucks. Har wiping his brow on the mound. Third pitcher of the inning, the starter Travis McCracken. Saw the first 2 batters they got on. John Arthur faced 2 batters. Retired one on a sacrifice fly. Walked the other. And now Har working on his 4th batter. Pitch is high, and the count is now full, 3-2. Har's 3-2 pitch is high for ball 4. So Lingle draws a 2-out walk. The bases are now loaded. And the designated hitter, Randy Smith, will step in. Har's pitch bounces right in front of the plate. Nice save by Dylan Graham, the catcher. And the count is 1-0. Randy Smith, the 9th man to bat here in the inning. Bases are loaded. 3 runs have crossed the plate. 2 out. Har's pitch is bounced over to third. Webb will take it the easy way, step on the bag. And that will do it finally for the Bucks. Here in the bottom of the second inning, they score 3 runs, they leave 3. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it's the Bucks 5, the Saints 3. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Landrivan Productions. We'll be back with the 3rd inning in just a minute. So for the Saints, leading things off here in the top of the 3rd inning, it'll be number 12, Jason Haar.
The first baseman, number 8, Joel Lawless.
Actually, Joel Lawless will lead things off here in the 3rd. Jason Haar on deck. Nice play by the shortstop across the diamond to Sanchez in time. Nice play, 1 away. That's Courtney Morgan, number 3 for the Bucks, replacing Anthony Williams.
Number 3, Courtney Morgan, new at shortstop freshman, now batting for the Saints. Number 22, Jason Haar, designated hitter.
So a nice defensive play by Morgan. Williams started the game at shortstop, had 2 errors in the first 2 innings. Morgan comes in as a defensive replacement in the 3rd. The first batter just smokes a ground ball to him. He's able to make a fine play and a nice throw over to first base in time to get Joe Lawless. And now we got the left-handed Haar. Jason Haar started the game as a designated hitter, but came on to pitch there in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And he will hit one high and deep to left. Moving back for the Bucks, the left fielder, Daniel Lavery. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 outs here quickly here in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting the
And that's the catcher now. Dylan Graham will step in. Graham just a sophomore. So Haar really tagged that ball over the left, but making it look easy as Lavery went back on it, hauled it in. A little looper over to second base, moving into the outfield is Garrett Lingle to make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. As the Saints go down, we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. 5-3 Bucks over the Saints. So Daniel Lavery leads things off for the Bucks here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lavery walked, came around to score in that wild 2nd inning and saw the Bucks take a 5-2 lead, a 5-3 lead, as they scored 3 runs. And we'll see if Jason Haar can settle things down here for the Saints. He's behind in the count now, 2-0 to Lavery. Haar gets his sign. 2-0 pitch. That's over for a strike. And the count is 2-1. Just low. Har looks over at the umpire, wondering where that pitch was. That'll catch the outside corner. Har working quickly here. Going the other way on that Lavery. Foul it off down the left field line. Har set. Here's the pitch. And that's high for a ball. And another leadoff walk for Lavery. That's how he started the second inning. Scored the first run. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Matt Bush. So nobody out. Again, the leadoff runner is aboard.
Now batting.
For the Bucks, they've had the leadoff batter on in each of the first 3 innings. Har's pitch swung and missed. Bush way out in front of the ball in the dirt. And it counts 0-1. Har's pitch hit into the air to center. Playing way far back was the center fielder for the Saints. John Winter Nolte couldn't get there in time. The wind is blowing out, so the outfielders are under the impression that the ball is going to carry here. And Bush's fly ball went up and came down before Winter Nolte could make a play on it. And the first 2 batters on board. For the Bucks here. And Har's first offering over to Henry Sanchez is low for a ball, 1-0. Har checks the runner at second. Lavery goes to the plate. It's in there for a strike, and the count is now 1-1. One pitch is going to get past Graham, the catcher. And that's going to allow the runners to move up to second and third. So second and third, nobody out. And the Bucks picking up where they left off in the bottom of the second inning as they threaten again to blow this game wide open. 5-3 Bucks. Nobody out. 2-1 the count to Sanchez. Waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. And that's roped right up the middle. Base hit. Bush is going to round third, head to the plate. Lawless will cut it off. It gets by him. Graham picks it up, goes to second, not in time. And on a heads-up play, Sanchez will take second base. And it's now a 7-3 ball game. So Henry Sanchez with the heads-up base running finds himself at second base. Jason Har still on the mound for the Saints. First 3 batters have reached here in the bottom of the third for the Bucks. They have a 7-3 lead. And another timeout is the Saints are going to talk things over at the mound. And while they do that, we'll be right back. So the Saints making another pitching change, the 4th pitcher here of the afternoon, and the right fielder, Mike Zollner, number 11, will come in. And now going out to right field, Jason Har. So Har started the game at designated hitter, came in to pitch, and actually now he goes to first base, and the first baseman, Joe Lawless, who will move over to right field. So Zellner, the lefty, now pitching. Lawless in right, and Haar now at first.
Now pitching the freshman number 11, Mike Zollner. Going from the mound to play first base, Jason Haar. And from first to right field, number 8, Joel Lawless.
So Zollner on the mound, 7-3 Bucks. Sanchez at second. And number 21, Joe Scaparrotta, the center fielder, now steps in. He's reached base twice on a single and a walk. And now he's got a runner in scoring position. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Zollner's pitch, in there for a strike, 1-1. Zollner's 1-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded over to first. Haar has it. He'll take it himself. That's the first out of the inning. And on the play over to third base goes Henry Sanchez. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Zach Sand. Sand doubled to left center field in the second inning, driving in 2 runs.
Now batting number 30.
Then was thrown out at third base on a ground ball to short, ground ball right in front of him. Decided to try and take third base. Not a wise move as shortstop Gunnar Terhune was there. Grounded to short, goes to the plate, not in time. Underneath the tag is Sanchez. So Gunnar Terhune trying to cut the run down at the plate. His throw just a little bit high. Not sure it would have beat him anyway. The Bucks add another run. It's now 8-3. And Sand is on first.
Now batting number 25, Nathan Matrocco.
So Nathan Matroka, a senior, fouls the first pitch away, 0-1. So 3 runs here in the inning for the Bucks. They scored 3 in the second, 2 in the first. And they have an 8-3 lead now over the Saints. Zellner set, looks over to first. Now he'll go to the plate. And that pitch is fisted right down the right field line. It'll drop foul. Right on the hands. Matroka able to fight it off and drive it over to right field. Lawless came over to take a look, but couldn't get there in time. Count to Matroka now. 0-2. Zellner set, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. So that's a second out of the inning. Matroka goes down swinging. And that'll bring up the catcher, Matt Powell.
Now batting the pitcher, number 22, Matt Powell.
So taking his lead off first, Zach Sand. Zellner's set. Pitch to Powell. Just low, 1-0. Tried to move a breaking ball over the plate. Doesn't get the call. Garrett Lingle, the second baseman, is on deck. He walked in the second. That pitch is in there for a strike. And the count. 1-1. Zellner's 1-1 pitch is low, 2-1. Powell singled to left field in the second. Walked in the first, 1 for 1. Zellner set, here's the pitch. Low again, ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 pitch is low, so a walk to Powell. Puts runners at first and second. Sand over at second. Powell now at first. 2 outs. And Mike Zellner trying to get out of this inning, his catcher. Dylan Graham goes out to the mound to talk to him. And Garrett Lingle now steps in, left-hand batter. Walked in the second, struck out looking in the first.
Now batting number 11, Garrett Lingle.
Zellner's first pitch, just a little high, 1-0. So the Saints going all out. They're on their 4th pitcher now. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. They've given up 8 runs. Pitch is high. 2-0. So again, Graham going to the mound. Maybe trying to get the signs in order for Zellner. Zellner started the game in right field, but has come on now here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lingle's ready. Zellner now set. Checks the runner at second. Now he'll go to the plate. Pitch is inside, 1-0. Actually, that's ball 3 to Lingle. 3-0. Lingle now on the rubber. Zellner's 3-0 pitch. That's over for a strike, 3-1. So the Saints come up in the 4th. They'll have Winter Nolte, Terhune, and Zollner to try to get something going against Matt Bush. It's going to be a tall task. Pitch just inside, and that'll load the bases. For Randy Smith, the DH. Smith 0 for 2, struck out in the first, grounded to third for the final out of the 2nd inning. Zollner again comes set. His first pitch to Smith, swung and a miss, 0-1. Zollner's 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball rolls over for a strike. And the count is 0-2. So the 2nd and 3rd innings for the Bucs started off with leadoff walks to Daniel Lavery. And he's come around to score both times, and they've scored 3 runs. And the 0-2 pitch catches the inside corner. And Randy Smith will go down looking. 2nd time today he's gone on strikes. 3 runs for the Bucs, though, in the bottom of the 3rd as we head to the 4th. It's Mission Bay leading the Saints 8-3. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Landsman Productions. We'll be back with the 4th in just a minute. So the first pitch low for a ball as we start the top of the 4th inning. Matt Bush still on the mound. He's got an 8-3 lead. And John Winter Nolte up there. Struck out in the 2nd inning. He's got a 1-1 count. Bush's pitch is high, 2-1. Gunnar Terhune is on deck. Reached aboard on an error in the 2nd inning. Bush's pitch is grounded into center field, just past the diving second baseman Garrett Lingle. And so the leadoff man is aboard. That's good for the Saints, as they've got a lot of catching up to do as they trail 8-3. And Winter Nolte singles to lead off the fourth inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop Gunnar Terhune. Gunnar goes after the first pitch, fouls it straight back, 0-1. Bush's 0-1 pitch outside, and the count is 1-1. Mike Zellner on deck. Mike now the pitcher in this game. One pitch hit high into the air. It's popped up on the infield. And right there to make the play, Lingle. So Garrett Lingle will put it away. And there's one out. Winter Nolte still there on first. Zollner now steps in, left-hand batter.
Now batting number 11, Mike Zollner.
First pitch by Bush is up for a ball, 1-0. Zollner walked in the second, was forced out at second base. The wind's starting to pick up here at Tony Gwynn Stadium at San Diego State University. Zollner can't hold up there. And the count now 2-1. And Bush's 2-1 pitch just a little bit outside. And the count now is 3-1 to Zollner. Tyler Perry, the left fielder, is on deck. Bush's 3-1 pitch, just low for a ball. And now the Saints trying to get a rally brewing here in the top of the fourth inning. They have runners at first and second with only one out. And the left fielder Tyler Perry now stepping in. Perry actually struck out in the second, but reached base on the pass ball as a catcher. Powell couldn't hold that third strike. First pitch is fouled back, 0-1. Joey Webb, the third baseman, is on deck. Bush set, here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 0-2. So Perry now in the hole. We'll see if he's able to move the runners over, first and second with one out. 8-3 Bucks lead. Bush's 0-2 pitch, hit into the air. Coming over the right fielder, he's underneath it. And Matroka will make the catch. So Nate Matroka covering some ground in right field, puts it away. And now with 2 outs and 2 on, Joey Webb, the third baseman, steps in. Joey aboard on an error by the shortstop Williams in the first, singled to right field in the second.
Joey Webb.
We'll see if Bush can get out of this inning unscathed. He's got 2 runners on. No runs have crossed the plate yet. And he's working with an 8-3 lead, so he can afford to be aggressive here and go right at people rather than working around. And that's what he's going to do here with Webb. He's going to go right at him. 1-0 to Webb. 1-0 pitch is over for a strike, and it evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the Saints, with a run in the first, the Bucks scored 2 in their half. Saints came right back in the top of the second to take a 3-2 lead. Bucks scored 3 in their half of the second, taking a 5-3 lead. Swing and a miss by Webb, and the count is 1-2. Saints were held scoreless in their half of the third, and then 3 more runs for the Bucks. That's where we stand, 8-3. 1-2 to Webb, 2 on. The pitch by Bush. Bounced foul down the third base line. And the count remains 1-2. And now time called. As the head coach Stevenson of the Saints actually just gives a foul ball over to home plate umpire, but I can bet you the house that he had something to say. Bush set, looks the runner over at second. Here's the pitch, lined right to the shortstop. Courtney Morgan with another great play. And the Saints will leave 2 runners on base. We've played 3.5 innings. 8-3 Bucks. Kenyon's Oz, George Langevin Productions. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th in just a minute. So Daniel Lavery will lead things off for the Bucks. The 3rd inning in a row. He led off the 2nd, he led off the 3rd, now he leads off the 4th. He reached base in the 2nd and 3rd and scored in both innings. He'll attempt a bunt. It's out in front of the plate. It'll roll foul. Count is 0-1. So Zellner now in his first full inning of work. He came on in the 3rd inning. Next pitch just outside for a ball, 1-1. So Lavery in the left today. Walked, both times he walked was on 3-2 counts. He looks at another ball just below his knees, and the count 2-1. So he works the count, makes the pitchers come right at him, and now he's ahead in the count here, 2-1. Pitch is low, ball 3, 3-run. So Lavery may start his 3rd inning in a row with a leadoff walk. Zellner's 3-1 pitch over for a strike, and now the count again is full to Daniel Lavery. Zellner's 3-2 pitch. Swung on and sliced into left field. That'll be a single. So Lavery goes the other way. Singles to left. And that'll bring up the pitcher, number 10, Matt Bush.
Now batting, number 10, Matt Bush.
So Zellner looking in to get his sign. Haar holding the runner at first. There's Lavery, the leadoff runner. Graham going to the mound to talk to Zellner. Bush singled to left in the first. 3 for 3. Singled in the second and third. Sanchez on deck. Sanchez has a sacrifice today, a single, and was hit by a pitch. A busy day for Henry. Zellner's pitch. That's hit into center field. It's going to drop in there. And just like that, the Bucks again have the first two batters of the inning on base. And Sanchez will come in. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Bucks already leading this game 8-3. Zellner set. First pitch to Sanchez is hit right up the middle. And they're going to hold Lavery at third. The bases will be loaded as the center fielder, John Winter-Nolte, gets the ball in quickly. And the Bucks have the bases loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. So again, the inning started by Daniel Lavery getting on base as he singled to left, followed by a single to center by Bush, and now another single to center by Sanchez.
Now batting number 21,
Joe Scaparrotta. Left-hand batter in there. Take a ball, and the count is 1-0. Zach Sand on deck. Sand singled, walked, and grounded out. That pitch sliced again into left field. That's going to get over the head of Perry. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Sanchez rounding third. He's heading to the plate. And a base-clearing double by Joe Scaparrotta has broken this game wide open. It's 11-3 Bucks over the Saints. And there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. So Perry raced back as fast as he could. The ball well over his head, bounces on the track. He got it in as fast as he could. But Sanchez had already rounded third and was heading home by the time the ball hit the infield. And Zellner runs into trouble here in the fourth. It's now 11-3.
Now batting for the Bucks, number 15, Zach Sand.
So Zach Sand, 1 for 2. He'll pop this one up straight back. Dylan Graham takes a look, but unable to get there as it's into the stands. And it's a ball and a strike now to Zach Sand. Jenner looks the runner back to second. Scaparrotta. Sand will swing and miss. And the count is 1-2. Nate Matroka on deck, the right fielder. Zellner's pitch. In there, strike 3 called on the inside corner. So Sand down on strikes, and that'll bring up Matroka. That's the first out of the inning.
Number 25, Nathan Matroka.
Matroka singled. Is aboard on a fielder's indifference in the second. Struck out in the third, and now we'll see what he can do here in the fourth inning. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Matt Powell, the catcher, is on deck. 1 out. 3 runs across. Bucks scoring 3 in the fourth, 3 in the third, 3 in the second, 2 in the first. Lead this game 11-3. Zellner again looks the runner back to second. His pitch is just a little bit low. And the count is now 2-1 to Metroka. Zellner's 2-1 pitch hit in the air to center. Straightaway center field, racing back. Just can't get there as it's over his outstretched hand. So Winter Nolte can't make the play. The relay to third not in time. And it'll be a triple for Nate Metroka. He'll drive in the fourth run of the inning. And it's now 12-3 Bucks over the Saints. And the center fielder for the Saints, John Winter Nolte, went back, kept going back, racing back as fast as he could, dove at the last second, but the ball just clearing his outstretched hand, rolls to the wall. He gets up quickly, brings it back in, but it's a triple for Metroka, and that'll bring up the catcher, Matt Powell. Powell takes a strike, 0-1. Zellner's 0-1 pitch. Bounced over to third. It's a fair ball. He's going to be out at third, across the diamond for a double play. Metroka gets caught off the bag. Third base umpire is right there. So it's a double play for the Saints. But they'll get 4 runs, do the Bucks, here in the bottom of the fourth. And as we head to the fifth, Bucks 12, Saints 3. So we'll be right back. First pitch here of the fifth inning is grounded over to short. Across the diamond in time. Courtney Morgan with another nice play. And Austin Malone is retired as he leads off the fifth. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. And we've moved along to the fifth inning here of this Division III championship game. And Joel Lawless, the right fielder, stepping up to the plate. Matt Bush climbs up the hill. Bush's first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. So Lawless struck out in the first, and he grounded to short in the third, trying to get on here in the fifth inning, but now he's behind in the count, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch is hit into the gap in right center field. Lawless around first, heading for second. They're going to wave him over to third. The relay's not going to be in time as it was held up by Garrett Lingle, the second baseman, as he cut the ball off. So a nice triple to the wall in right center field for Joe Lawless. And with one out, Jason Haar, the first baseman, left-handed hitter, will now face Bush. Haar singled, got an RBI back in the first inning, flied out to left in the third, and now he has a chance to pick up an RBI as he'll stroke that one down the left field line. Lawless will score easily. Haar heading to second base with a stand-up double. So the Saints aren't dead yet. Lawless will score. It's now a 12-4. And a double to left field by Jason Haar, and that'll bring up the catcher Dylan Graham. And Dylan with an opportunity to pick up an RBI.
Now batting number 3, Dylan Graham.
Graham fouls that ball down the right field line, 0-1. 0-1 pitch, grounded over to short. Morgan across the diamond in time. Courtney Morgan handles that ball. 2 outs. Har has to hold at second. And John Winter Nolte, the center fielder,
Now batting number 10, John
for the
Winter
Saints, steps in. They don't want to waste this opportunity to get another run. They can cut this lead from 12-4 to 12-5. Bush set, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nolte now in the hole, 0-2. 12-4 game. Saints with a runner at second. Bush's 0-2 pitch, fouled back. So Winter Nolte hanging tough there at the plate. 12 runs, 13 hits, and 3 errors for the Bucks. Saints 4 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Bush's 0-2 pitch. That's hit into right field. It's going to fall. They're going to wave Har. The throw to the plate is going to be in time. Har, not the quickest of foot as he rounded third. And Matroka, the right fielder, will gun him down at the plate. And that's the 3rd out of the inning as Har is cut down. But the Saints do pick up a run. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Bucks 12, Saints 4. Now, as we move to the bottom of the 5th, I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions, and it's the Bucks with a 12-4 lead. Garrett Lingle, the second baseman, will lead things off here in the 5th, and this is the breaks a streak of 3 consecutive innings that Daniel Lavery had led off the inning for the Bucks. He walked twice and singled. Started their 3-run rally in the 2nd, the 3-run rally in the 3rd, and their 4 runs in the 4th. So we'll see what Lingle can do here. Takes a strike. The count is 1-1. Pitch it just a little bit low for a ball. 2-1. Zellner still in there. Came on to pitch in the 3rd. And he pitched a complete 4th, allowed 4 runs. Pitch swung and missed. And the count now 2-2. So Lingle walked twice, struck out looking in the 1st. 2-2 pitch, swung and missed, and down he goes. So Zellner gets the leadoff man here, breaks a string of 4 straight innings that the leadoff man reached base for the Bucks. And with 1 out now, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Randy Smith. Smith 0 for 3, struck out twice, grounded to 3rd. First pitch over for a strike, 0-1. So Zellner has come on trying to make the most of a situation that wasn't quite ideal. 4th pitcher of the day for the Saints. The Kraken started. Then he was then followed by John Arthur. The DH, Jason Har, then came on to pitch. And now Zellner, who started the game in right field. Pitch is high for a ball. And the count is 1-2 to Randy Smith. Daniel Lavery, the left fielder, is on deck. 1-2 pitch just outside, 2-2. Zollner's 2-2 pitch hit in the air to center field on the line. Right to John Winter-Nolte. He'll put it away, and there's 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Two outs, and Daniel Lavery now steps in. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks, and he scored 3 runs. First pitch by Zollner over for a strike, breaking ball. 0-1. One pitch is high, or 0-1 pitch is high for a ball. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Zollner's 1-1 pitch. Lined over to third, and putting it away is Joey Webb. So an easy 1-2-3 inning. The first time the Bucks have gone down 1-2-3 here in the game. And at the end of 5 innings of play, it's Bucks 12, Saints 4. We'll be back with the 6th in just a minute. So Matt Bush brings his team to the top of the 6th inning. They have a 12-4 lead. Bucks over the Saints. And Gunnar Terhune, the shortstop, will lead things off. Actually 0 for 2, but he reached base in the 2nd inning on an error. Came around to score, stole a base. Popped up to the second baseman in the 4th. This one bounces high into the air, and it's going to go foul. Bush comes over to make this grab of the ball. It bounced right in front of the plate and foul, and the count is 0-1. Bush now set. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. High for a ball, 1-1. One pitch outside. 2-1. Actually, that's a strike. 1-2. 1-2 pitch hit in the air. You got 3 fielders converging on the ball. Coming in the center fielder. And the second baseman for the Bucks, Anthony Long, who's in the game now, will make the play. So 1 out. That'll bring up Mike Zollner. Zollner steps in. Bush's first pitch is high, 1-0. So Zollner battling, trying to get on base. 2-1 the count. Bush's next pitch over for a strike. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Perry, the left fielder, is on deck. Bush's pitch fouled away. The count remains 2-2. Zollner, a freshman for the Saints. 2-2 pitch grounded over to third, charging the ball nicely across the diamond throw. Just in time to beat Zollner by a step. That was a fine play by the third baseman, Zach Sand. And there's 2 outs. And that'll bring up Tyler Perry. Perry will swing and miss, 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. 12-4, Bucks over the Saints. Tyler Perry's a senior. And he's going to be hit by the pitch right on the hand. And he'll be shaking it off as he runs over to first base. And so with 2 outs, Saints have a base runner. Third baseman Joey Webb now steps in. Webb, 1 for 3 today. He was aboard on an error in the first, singled in the second, and popped to short in the fourth. Bush's first pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. One-oh pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Bush's 1-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner right at the knees. And Webb now behind in the count, 1-2. Joey Webb, this junior third baseman for the Saints, so he'll be back next year. He'll poke this one right to first. Sanchez grabs it, steps right on the bag. And that's it for the Saints here in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits. They leave a man. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bucks 12, Saints 4. Bottom of the 6th inning here. Bucks 12, Saints 4. I'm Ken Gonzalez for Georgia Langevin Productions. And Matt Bush will lead things off. He's been on base every time today. And he's also scored 4 runs. Off his foot. That'll go up the third baseline foul, 0-1. New pitcher back in, Lawless. Now pitching for the Saints. Oh, 1 pitch to Bush is a little high and tight, 1-1. Lawless set is 1-1 pitch. Over for a strike, 1-2 to Bush. Lawless, 1-2 pitch to Bush is high, 2-2. A waste pitch there. He was thinking Bush might chase that. The count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Bush goes down swinging because he can't catch up to that hard one by Lawless. 1 down here in the 6th, and that'll bring up Henry Sanchez. Sanchez hit by a pitch back in the first, sacrificed in the second, singled in the 3rd and 4th. He scored 3 runs. Sanchez, just a junior, playing first today. He also pitches. First pitch over for a strike, 0-1. So the Bucks just 3 outs away from taking the 2004 CIF Division III championship. Swing and a miss, 0-2 to Sanchez. Sanchez awaits. He's in the hole, 0-2. Lawless pitch. Just a little up and in. 1-2. Lawless set again, the 1-2 pitch. Hit high into the air, down the right field line. It's going to be out of play. And the count remains 1-2. Lawless, 1-2 pitch. Hit high and deep to center field. Racing back to center fielder. It's in right center. It's going to be over the wall. Sanchez takes a 1-2 pitch out of the park into right center field. So Henry Sanchez with the first home run here on Championship Saturday, as he belts that ball deep into right center field. So Lawless was ahead in the count, 1-2. He came right over the plate, and Sanchez was waiting for it. And he puts the Bucks up 13-4.
Now batting number 21, Joe Scaparrotta.
So Joe Scaparrotta, senior, he also pitches, playing center field today. He'll take the first pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Two-0 pitch, hit in the air to right field. Coming on to make the play. The right fielder for the Saints, number 6, Rios, George Rios, came in when Lawless decided to pitch. 2 outs. And that'll bring the third baseman, number 15, Zach Sand. Lawless pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
Now batting number 15, Zach Sand.
13-4, Bucks over the Saints. The only inning they haven't scored was the 5th, where they went 1-2-3. That ball pulled foul down the third base line. And it's now 0-2 to Sand. Ball is set. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and bounced over to short. Take it there and across the diamond to Har, the first baseman, in time for the final out of the inning. Gunnar Terhune on the play. But the Bucks get a run on the home run by Sanchez. That'll do it through 6 innings. We'll go to the top of the 7th. The Bucks 3 outs away from the championship. They lead 13-4. And so for the Saints, we've reached the top of the 7th inning. They trail by 9. Austin Malone will start things off against Matt Bush. He's been there all day. And the first pitch is over for a strike, 0-1. Austin Malone 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, grounded to short, back in the 5th. 0-1 pitch is low, bounces in the dirt, 1-1. Back in, which is 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Moving over underneath it now and putting it away is the center fielder, Joe Scarparata. Joe Scarparata has been very solid out there today. Doubled with the bases loaded. Back in the fourth to drive in 3 runs. Came around to score himself. Singled in the first. Walked in the second. 3 for 5 today. Actually 2 for 4 with that walk. So 1 out. Joel Lawless, who's pitching, has now grounded over to third. Long throw across the infield in time. Zach Sand makes the play. And there's 2 outs now here in the 7th as the Bucks are just 1 out away from the 2004 Division III championship. As they have taken it to the Saints here this afternoon, 13-4. And now it's Jason Haar, who started off as a DH, pitched for a while, then wound up at first base. Takes a first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Bush's second offering fouled away, 0-2. And so the Saints down to their last strike here in the 7th. Bush set, here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back, so Haar battles. Haar there, the 0-2 pitch, taken low, 1-2. Bush working quickly. 1-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 called on the outside corner. And the Mission Bay High School Bucks have taken the 2004 Division III championship as they defeat the St. Augustine Saints by a final score of 13-4. Matt Bush, the winning pitcher, as he goes all the way. The Bucks with 2 in the first, 3 in the second and third, 4 in the fourth. And capping it off with the homer in the right center by their first baseman, Henry Sanchez, in the bottom of the 6th. So there you have it, the 2004 Division III champions. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Production. We hope you've enjoyed this game. We hope you have a safe afternoon. We hope to see you again next year. Goodbye, everybody.
Another senior, number 22, Jason Haar. Number 32, Jonathan Arthur. Number 23 is Travis McCracken. Your assistant coaches, Oscar Lopez, Jason Alcazar, Matt Lindell, Mike Whitaker, and the head coach of your D3 runner-up, Mike Stevenson. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about sportsmanship and sportsmanship awards. We will be giving a sportsmanship award away. It is consistent with pursuing victory with honor as an operating principle of the CIF and the San Diego section. Today, the coaches, the tournament director, the officials, and the commissioners honor a player who competed with dignity and respect for his opponent, his team, and his community, and for sandblasting the sportsmanship of Boyle to Brandon Watterson. We have the presenters out there from the CIF, the San Diego section, Commissioners Dennis Ackerman, Assistant Commissioners William McLaughlin, they are presenters and presenting for the same, who is Jim Horn, the principal. Now, let's meet your D3 champions, and help voting Dennis Ackerman and William McLaughlin present and call me out, the principal of Mission Bay. Here are your D3 champions. Number 1, John Weiner. He is a senior. Number 2 is Anthony Long. Courtney Morgan is number 3. Number 4, Ricardo Morin. In his senior year, number 5, Chris Alexander. Number 6 is Sequoia Stonecipher. Number 7 is Corey Carpenter. Number 8 is Anthony Williams. Our senior was number 9, Chad Starkey. The starting pitcher in his senior year was number 10, Matt Boyle. Number 11, a senior, Garrett Lingwolf. Another senior, number 12, Daniel Avery. Number 13 is Randy Smith. Number 14 is Ian Chatfield. Number 15 is Zach Sam. In his senior year, number 18, Lorenzo Church. Andrew White is the senior, he wears number 19. Another senior, number 21, is Joe Scaparata. Number 22 is Matt Powell. Number 24 is Henry Sanchez. And in his senior year, number 25, Nathan Petroka. Assistant coaches Greg Harrer and Mark Brock. The head coach of your Division III champions, Dennis Pugh. Now selected to receive the Sportsmanship Award for his demonstration of the principle of competition with honor from the Mission Bay Buccaneers, Zach Sam. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to both the runner-up and the champions for Division III. A wonderful season for both ball clubs. Thank you everybody for coming out to support your team and your athletes. If you can't, please police your area where you work. We have another game coming up.